let's get right into the video. Prior to meeting my husband, this all took place about 5 years ago. So it's been about 5 years in the making. When I was younger, I was always very mature for my age. And I always wanted to be in a relationship like the other girls at my school. And I started at the age of 16. One day, my mom, she came home from work one day and she said,
"Cece, I found the perfect guy for you. His name is Corey and he loves the Lord."
And when I initially heard that, I was like, okay, Mom, that's cute, but it's not gonna happen to me. So because of that, I started to mock the situation and I started to call Corey my future husband. At the age of 17, I started to worry about my life. Was I gonna go to college? Was I gonna start work right away? I really didn't know. I was unsure and I needed guidance in my life. I felt like I had questions that no man could give me the answers to. Not my mom, not my sister, not my dad. I just felt like I needed to be guided, and that is what drove me in the direction to find God and to seek God. I never had my own relationship with Him. So because of that, because of feeling lost, that's how I started to get in the Word and read it to the best that I knew how. And when I addressed the Word, I did it with a pure heart, only to seek God's heart, only to seek His desires that He had for me. I also started to use Facebook more. One day I got a friend request from Corey. I accepted the friend request and I actually screenshotted the friend request and I dated it and I put future husband on it. And that kind of sounds like a stalker a little bit. But that's okay because I am delivered and I am not held back in bondage by those things that have once had a tight grip on me. And praise the Lord that He is my husband today. I said, okay, God, if this is you, I'm not going to get in the way of what you have for me. Because I kind of felt like, ooh, was this a sign from God? Is He really my husband? I don't know. So I was like, all right, God, I'm not going to get in the way of whatever it is that you have for me. If this person is for me, fine. If not, I'm fine with that as well. There's no loss in it. As I was on Facebook so much, I really gravitate toward what Corey was talking about, what he would post about him having a desire to be married and just really posting about the things of God. And that is what I love to see because I felt like people didn't glorify God in such a way as that. So my mom, she would let me listen to some of his music that he would put out and different things like that. And at that time, I felt a little distant from God and I felt like He wasn't speaking to me. So I went to Him and I was just like, God, I feel like I don't hear your voice. I feel like you're very far away from me and I don't understand why. So I logged into Facebook and as I'm on Facebook, the Holy Spirit revealed to me, He said that you have allowed Corey to take the place of God. And basically I had made Corey an idol. And what shocked me the most about this, I had my own reality check. I was just reading about the idols in the Old Testament and how God really hated those things and how that it was a sin to put something in the place of God, to worship it rather than God, to worship the idea of a man instead of God, or the idea of money instead of God, just different things like that. So once I got that revelation, I was like, okay, God, I have to put this on pause right now, not, get on Facebook for a certain period of time and just leave it alone. So I left it alone, but I was, still calling him my future husband. So at the age of 18, I had a dream that we were moving into this house together. And once I woke up from that, I felt like it was an attack of the enemy, and I really rebuked the dream And I went to God. I'm like, God, I don't, understand. What's going on? What does this mean? So once I was able to be quiet, God, He revealed to me that this, in fact, was my husband. And what He was trying to get me to understand was that He was telling me, I need you to have patience, and I need you to trust me. And at this time, I didn't know how long that journey was going to be. I didn't know when I was going to meet Him. I had no idea, no inclination of the time as to when I was going to actually meet Him, or even see Him passing by or see Him in person. So at the age of 19, I really wanted a job that my mom was working at. I wanted to be in housekeeping. So my mom, she tells me about my potential boss when she sets up the interview, and she tells me that her father is having a little bit of a health scare. So that night, I went to sleep and kind of preparing for my interview, different questions that are going to be asked to me. This was going to be my first job ever in life. So that morning when I get up, I read my Bible and I pray, and I hear God saying to me, I need you to pray for her.
Me? You want me to pray for her?
So when He said that, I was just like, what? I can't do that. First of all, I've never prayed with a stranger before. I don't even know if this woman is a believer. And thirdly, what if I don't even get the job and I'm over here praying for this woman, we all in agreement, and I don't get that call back? So once I finished ranting with God, He let me rant, He let me get it all out, and I was just obedient into what He called me to do. So I prayed for this woman at the end of the interview, and at the end of it, she says, you reminded me so much of Corey Cooper. When he found out that my dad was ill, he wanted to pray for me too. I was just amazed by what she said. It was like she was in my mind from the age of 16, me speaking that Corey was my future husband, and then having this dream and connecting with God. It was just truly amazing for her to say that, because she didn't know me, she didn't know anything about me. So fast forward to about a week later, I get a call back that I've been accepted for this job, and now it's time to fill out the paperwork. So me and this other guy, we got hired on, and we're filling out this paperwork. And I hear somebody come into the room, and they're like,
excuse me, have you guys seen such and such?
So immediately I just froze in my chair, because I knew exactly who it was. It was Corey, and the only reason why I recognized his voice was from the music that my mom let me listen to when I was 16 or 17 at the time. I got the job when I was 19 years old. And so this is about a month later in September. I see Corey about to come into this building that I'm in. And in this building, you can see out, but whoever's coming in, they can't see, who's all in the building. So I timed this execution plan so perfectly. And, I make a break for it. Once I'm in the clear, I'm taking out the trash, and I see somebody coming towards me. And I'm like, this is exactly who I think it is. And it was Corey. And he was like,
Oh, hi, nice to meet you. My name is Corey. I'm William Miss Brown's daughter. And he's like, can I get a hug?
I was like, okay. I couldn't say anything because I just felt like this is just a lie. I felt like I'm in a dream, and I just kind of feel like Ashton Kutcher just needs to pop out at any moment and just prank me, because that's how I felt. From that, we started going out on a couple of dates, like Bible study and going out to eat and different things like that. On December 11th was when he came over to my house, and he officially asked my parents to court me. And my dad was like, oh yeah, of course. And my mom was like, hold on, make the brother sweat. And so after they had that conversation, I was extremely excited to being my first relationship, and to also have it done the right way, have it done in a way that pleases God. And it really does sound like a fairy tale. So he says, well,
How do you feel about that
I
now?
was like, well, honestly, I didn't even know that we were courting, because like I said, I didn't have any past experience to go by or kind of any hints to glean from. I didn't know that we were courting until he actually came over and said, I want to officially court your daughter. So from that's how we started courting. And on March 19th, at the age of 19, I got engaged. I had my birthday in April, so May 20. And on May 13th, I got married. And this testimony, it just goes to show that what God can do with a little bit with what you give him. Giving him my time and trying to seek him, and not seek him in a way to, oh God, give me a husband. Not to seek him to, get a job. I wanted to form my relationship with God. There were no strings attached, but because I was so faithful in that, he has blessed me literally with the man of my dreams. And it's just crazy to think, it's not crazy, it's God, just to think that this is something that I spoke about, that I spoke into existence when I was 16 years old. And now to be 20 and to be married is something that I can't even fathom. And I hope that this inspires you, and if not you, I hope that this inspires somebody that you know, and the generation that is coming up after me, younger people that I know, for them to see that they can wait, and that they can wait on God's best, and that they don't have to get it wrong to get it right first, but that they can seek God early and strive in that relationship with him, not for any strings to be attached, but to truly commit their life to God and watch him bless you, because he will. I tell my husband, I wake up and I fall asleep to my promise from God and my blessing from God, because it is exactly what he is to me. And it's just something that I can't even fathom, and I can't see my life going in any other direction. The way that this whole journey has been, it has been very untraditional, even to some Christians that we are close to. So it's just like when God speaks, you listen, you take heed of that, and you hang on to that promise that he spoke in your life until you see it manifest, until it happens. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day.